there's a passion that ignites us, driven by pride, daring, and the desire to excel, fueled by the high-octane love of owners, drivers, and car lovers everywhere. It's a calling for every man and woman to enjoy and live this lifestyle now. Welcome to Cars and Coffee Exposed. Across America, there is an undeniable trend occurring in all aspects of the automotive industry: the growing involvement of women. Whether it's in motorsports, automotive restyling, or car collecting, women have been making significant inroads. And no woman personifies this growing trend better than Timber Bevins. This Nashville native sat down with us to discuss her place in the auto industry, tell us about her new exciting challenges, and took us for a ride in her incredible C8. What a breath of fresh air, Timber. I'm so excited to be here with you, and another woman that's blazing trails in the car business. I love it.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And you brought, this is one of my favorite modern muscle cars. The Stingray is one of my favorites, but I mean, that body style is just absolutely beautiful.
I love it. It just looks so exotic.
Yes.
And it has one of the best body styles. And I think with the pink on it, it just accentuates all the body lines and just brings it to life.
Yeah. So you took this car, you did a custom wrap on it, and you really showcased your personality and your womanhood and embraced that in this car, and I love it.
Absolutely. Yes, I think it's me in a car.
Yes. So you chose this beautiful pink color, and you've got these custom runner lights.
Yes.
And what else have you done to the car? Have you done anything else?
I have put a custom aero kit on it. It was one of one. I put new wheels on it. I have actually an E-Venturi full carbon fiber intake in it. It's in the trunk. We carved out the carpet on the trunk. It has a cover, a clear cover, so you can just see all that carbon fiber on it. It's really amazing. And I have a carbon fiber steering wheel as well on it. So it's just little things here and there, but it just makes it everything that it is.
I love it. I love it. I'm sure you're not done too. I'm sure.
Oh, no. There's so much more. I have an exhaust on it. There's so much more coming for it.
So what inspired this love of cars for you?
Honestly, it's run through my family. It really started with my grandpa. He always loved cars. He was always bringing new cars home, and it followed with my mom, and now it's with me. I've had multiple cars in the past, and I've done stuff here and there to it, but really when I got the Corvette is where my love for Corvettes began, and it's just been history ever since. So.
Yeah. What was your first car?
My very first car was a Chevy Cruze. And then I didn't have that very long. I think I had it for a few months, and then I said, I think I need another car. So I ended up getting a Honda Civic Si. That is where I first learned how to drive a manual. But then I wanted to get into American Muscle. So then that's where my love for Camaros began. So I got a LT1. So that is the V6 body style, but it has the V8 engine, the 6.2 liter V8 engine. But I knew I wanted something with some more power. So I was looking into ZL1s, and I wanted a manual. That was very hard to find at the time. It was almost impossible, until I stumbled upon the Corvette. And in my mind, I thought, there's a lot we can do here.
So how fast have you gotten her up to?
Pretty fast. Yeah. I don't know if I should say.
Just go ahead. We won't tell anybody.
Yes. Well, I've definitely pushed the pedal to the floor. So let's say that. It's gotten up pretty quick. And it's so exciting, the adrenaline you get, the rush, everything. It's nothing like I've ever experienced before. And with it having the mid-engine, is so quick. It's fantastic. I just love it so much.
So I feel like maybe without you even knowing it, but you're probably inspiring more young women to really step out there and to be a part of this culture.
Absolutely.
Do you visit some different car shows with like Cars and Coffees? Are you there kind of hoping to do that and kind of spread the gospel?
Yes,
Yeah.
so I'm actually at our Nashville Cars and Coffee every month with the company I work for, so I do bring my car out there as well, and it's really just something you can't miss. It's so eye-catching, and so I do get a lot of young females, a lot of people coming up to me just asking questions about it, and it makes me feel so good, and I see the younger generation, and I see so much from them that this is something that they want to do, and I do everything I can possible to inspire them and to let them inside. They can rev it. It's just fantastic.
And it sounds like you've really injected yourself into the culture here in Nashville.
Absolutely.
And you're also doing some work with a car club, I hear, as well,
Yes,
right?
so I created my all-female car club. It started here in Nashville. I started around 2021. This is a male-dominated industry. And so I've experienced that. I know with other females that their cars maybe not what the groups wanted or their builds aren't accepted. Whereas I wanted a safe space for all females. Any build that you may have, any future builds, I wanted this to be a safe space for them. It got so big that we started expanding to 7 different states. So we have a North Carolina, Florida, Texas, Virginia, Kentucky. I mean, it can go on and on. So it's been so exciting and just amazing meeting all these amazing people, all these amazing females in the industry that you just don't see often. And they have become some of my best friends, and I just would have never expected it.
You got to tell everybody what the name of the club
Yes,
is.
it is called Car Girl Empire. So it truly embodies that it is an empire.
Yes. You go, girl.
Thank you.
That is so
Thank you.
exciting. That is so
so
exciting.
much.
I'm proud. I'm proud of you and
Thank
all the
you.
work that you're doing.
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. So we're gonna take a ride in this C8.
Let's do it. I'm so excited.
Me too.
When did you buy this car again?
So I bought this in February of 2023.
Okay.
So I've had it for a little over a year.
For a year. Wow.
I loved every second of it. It's like the American Muscle exotic car, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so exotic,
Yeah.
but it's the best bang for your buck. It's
Yes.
the mid-engine. I mean, it has everything
Yeah.
that you could really want. I mean, even the interior.
Yes.
I mean, it feels like you're in a cockpit.
It does.
Everything's facing
it really
towards
does.
you.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So luxurious.
Yeah. And you've got the modern convenience of Apple CarPlay and
Right. I mean, this
Android
came with
Auto,
like the Bose speakers, because
Ooh,
this did
yeah.
come with the Z51 package. So, really, that's kind of like a track pack. So, you're getting a really good deal for one of these cars.
I mean,
with
yeah.
everything that it comes with. I mean, it's just
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Yes.
There's something about this color with the
Yeah.
car and the body lines of it.
yeah.
It just goes so perfect with
Yeah.
it. I don't think any other pink would have done as well. And it's called Momentum Pink. So I think that really describes the color of
yeah.
it. You know, it's so like vibrant and like
Yes.
exotic. I don't know, it's just crazy. So the Momentum Pink definitely fits with it.
You've done such a great job of making it your own. And
I think it's just truly me as a person. It's weird. It's like
yeah.
who I am and
Yeah.
how I am.
Yeah.
It's my car is
Yeah.
basically my
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is pretty.
Oh, it's beautiful
I've
back
lived
here.
out here. I've lived in Nashville for most of my life. I've never been.
Oh
to
my
Nashville.
God! You need to come and film some content back here.
Absolutely.
This is why I love taking back roads. I started working for my mom in her shop, and then that led to me having my own shop, and now that led to me being able to do things like this, which is like so much fun.
Right. It's like a dream job. You get to do this stuff, and you
Yeah.
get to enjoy all these cars, and
Yeah.
get to drive in them how they're supposed to be driven.
Yep.
I mean, there's so many things like that, and this can take so many different paths,
Sure.
and you never know who you can meet. So,
But it's
It's
good
really
that you know where you want to be, and this industry there is just so much. It's so vast.
I'm 21, so I've gotten to see so much already and experience such amazing things, and gotten to drive such exotic cars I never even would have thought in my life I would have been able to drive. And I get to own this that I never even thought I would own. My dream car is to get an R8, an Audi R8.
That thing is fast. I mean,
Oh, they're quick.
Yeah.
They're so quick. So yeah, that'll definitely be my car.
Wow.
What I'll work towards.
Well, you can make it happen for sure.
I
you know?
hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so.
For sure. You're going down the rabbit hole now, girl. You're
I know.
You're done
It just
for.
now started.
yeah, 21. I can't even imagine what you're gonna be driving when you're my age. Like, holy crap! It's just like you just keep wanting more. Every car owner I talk to. It's just like,
You just want more and more and more. There's no end in sight.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
It's okay.
I have I have an addiction to cars, and I have addiction to shoes.
Oh, I love shoes.
Me too.
I love good
Me
shoes
too.
Wow. Yeah.
Thankfully, that's what I'm addicted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be so much worse. But
Right.
those
It could
are-
be diamonds. I
Right.
mean, you know.
Right.
I think you're not asking for too much.
I don't think so either.
No. And funny, because cars are kind of like shoes, right? For different purposes, we need
Right.
different cars.
Exactly. For different days.
occasions, we need different shoes. And
Absolutely. That's how I look at it too.
what do you see for yourself in the car community? Taking this love that you have you thought about where you want to go with it?
Well, there's so many different ways that it could go. I feel like
Yeah.
I could end up at a dealership.
Mhm.
I could end up opening a bunch of my own Jack Stack stores all over. It just can go a bunch of different ways. And as long as I'm doing something in the car industry, just being around cars I love, I'm just going to go wherever the wind takes me.
We'll be right back with more Cars and Coffee Exposed.
Promotional consideration provided by
What is Urable? We are a business management system that helps create an exceptional customer experience and improves business operations. As a car enthusiast, you deserve the best, and Urable is the common denominator. With so many detail shops, endless brands of ceramic coatings, window tint, and paint protection film, it's hard to find the right shop for the job. Shops powered by Urable understand the care and quality that your investment requires. Avoid shops that are in the race to the bottom. If you want to identify the best providers in your area, make sure they're powered by Urable.
Welcome back to Cars and Coffee Exposed. According to a survey conducted by Performance Racing Industry, motorsports is the fastest growing sport in America. But most people can't afford a race car. So what do? They turn to Steve Palladino, co-founder of Podium. Podium is one of the world's premier manufacturers of racing simulators. We met with Steve at his new massive manufacturing facility in Nashville to learn more about this exciting industry and drive one of Podium's top racing simulators. Steve Palladino, the man.
How are you?
The myth, the legend.
No. Not
Thanks
at
for
all.
having us here.
Thanks for coming.
Podium
really appreciate
won.
it. Yes, ma'am.
So this is such an amazing concept to me because I know a lot of gamers and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is actually the gamer's wildest dream. So tell us about your company and what exactly you do here.
So with Podium One, we build out turnkey racing simulators for customers. We also sell all the individual products, but we're mainly known for building out these super cool immersive racing simulators, right? We also are getting into flight and such, but that's what we do.
Flight simulators
And racing
and
sims.
racing simulators.
Mainly racing, right? And how we got into it was we were tracking cars in real life, right? All the various supercars that you saw earlier and what's behind us. And then in the off season, we're like, well, what can we do to kind of keep this rolling, right? And I got into racing sims, but we saw that the entry level stuff was cool, but it wasn't feeling like the cars. So then I got into buying something that was like these, right? And then all of a sudden, all of our track guys wanted to get into it. So we got like 12 people on track with us doing all this cool stuff. I'm like, wait, we can turn this into something.
So I hear because this has just gotten so popular that you've sold to some pretty big names. You care to
It's been pretty
share?
awesome. So some of them I can't say yet,
Okay,
right?
okay,
But
okay.
like we did one for Joe Rogan. We have Tom Segura's back there. Snoop Dogg. Last night, Cat Williams just got one. A whole bunch of other really cool ones are coming up that I'm not going to talk about yet, but over the summer we'll start making a lot more of the content and pushing it out there so people can see. So it's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
And it's been a lot of fun, and we've grown in very fast in such a short amount of time.
So it's kind of like, it's not just something that comes in a box and you're putting it together. You're collecting components from all over.
That's right.
Calibrating, I'm sure there has to be so much that goes into that.
There's a ton that goes into it. So a lot of the components are made overseas. Almost all of them are made overseas from all different countries, whether it's Italy, and Finland, and Germany, and Denmark, and whatever, right? So we bring it all in here in the U.S. so customers can just purchase the products that way, right? And we can just ship it out. But like you mentioned, we do these turnkeys, so we'll build it. And then once it's built and we did all the wire management, there's still the whole aspect of getting it all configured, getting the software all dialed in. We know cars, fortunately, right? And my partner knows a lot more about aircraft. And so between those two, when we get on there, we can actually really make it feel like it's on track. I mean, we've had countless pro drivers, whether it's IMSA or IndyCar or LMP drivers, buy it or get onto our systems and they say, this is amazing. And it feels just like the real thing, which is really cool. I mean, again, you don't have inertia, we don't have that speed, but it's all the cues are there, and you can spend a tremendous amount of time on this to learn. So when you are on track, you're actually driving.
Yeah.
Right, not just learning like, oh, what do I do here? You actually,
Right.
within minutes, you're on the track and you're ripping, which is awesome.
This is like,
it's a lot of fun.
This is like an Xbox, but to like the
extreme, right?
Extreme.
And it doesn't have to be. So the other cool thing about it is it does not have to be where you're just racing cars on track. Like there are other sims out there where you can put mods on where we can be driving the PCH in California in a Cobra with the top down, just cruising by the ocean if you want to, right, with your friends. Or we can all jump on the freeway in Japan and start driving through traffic, right? So it's this real robust thing that allows you to get that itch, if you will, right? And it also has a whole competitive side to it, which
So
is
the
really
software that you use, you can actually simulate the different tracks all over tracks all over the world.
And so the tracks that are in the Sims, which this is another thing that's amazing, right? The tracks that are in the Sims, they're actually laser graphed. So we'll use iRacing for an example. They literally go to the tracks, they laser graph them all and digitize them down to the inch, right? So there's been tracks that I was invited to go do that I've never been on except for in the Sim. And then 2 days later, I'm on the track and I'm like, I know where the weight balance is gonna change. I know where I'm gonna lose traction. I know where the blinds are and where I need to apex and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's so cool. The other thing to think about when it comes to that is when I was in the Radical a couple weeks ago, I'm behind 4 different cars on track and I'm weaving through them and stuff, right? That, for a lot of people, is not normal. Like when you're doing time trials, you're just by yourself, right? So when you get near another car, you kind of get anxious or nervous. But when you spend so much time on these, I'm used to being on track with 20 other people and cutting through traffic and doing all that kind of stuff, right? So it teaches you like racecraft as well, which is just such a really cool way of doing it. Like you mentioned earlier, you can do that without the damage, without the fear of death, consumables, and all the other stuff that goes with it.
Okay, I've never seen a simulator like this before, so I'd love for you to
Let's show you one. All right, so here is one of our full motion systems, right, that we build. Now, like I mentioned earlier at Podium, just kind of give you an idea, what we do is we take all of these components and build it as you see here. Then we configure, get it all tested, make sure the pedals feel right, make sure the wheel feels right, the screens are all set up, the motion is good, so much more, right? And then we take it all apart and deliver it off to the customer.
There is so much going on here, and so there's this is hydraulic.
This is hydraulic, yeah,
Okay,
like a
so
hydraulic type of system.
This all has to be calibrated, I'm sure.
That's
and
right. Yep. We fine tune it all to get it to where we think it should be. That way customers can just dive right in. And as I kind of mentioned earlier, we do it where it's all the way down to the surge protectors. So all the customer has to do is plug in 2 plugs and it's done.
How long does it take you to?
Well, there's
Depends on the day, right?
there's varying degrees of systems. Some systems we can knock out within a handful of hours. Other systems like this, they're going to take a good 25, 30 hours or so to get it all built, configured, tested, and ready to go.
So you're going to coach me through this?
Absolutely. So jump on in.
Okay. Ugh. Oh. All right, I'm not wearing the right shoes for this, but we'll take it easy on me.
Very good. And we'll get you.
All right, guys. I'm done for
She's
the day.
off. Look at her, already gunning it out of the pit now. Here comes your turn, you're a right-hander. So at this turn, we're gonna keep going. Hard brake. There you go, second gear, one more. Now, what you want to try to do in the future, right, is you knew you were making that left turn, so you want to try to get to the right side of the track, so you're giving yourself all the room you can to make that left.
Gotcha.
Right? Same thing here. So you're going to make it right, so you want to stay to the left of the track.
Gotcha.
So you open up that turn. Start to brake now, and then downshift to third. Now turn in, off the brake, get on the gas. Yeah, the car will push out. Now slow down, hard right. There you go, turn, 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 turn. It's a workout?
It's a workout. Yeah.
Now all of this can be adjusted as well. So we
Yeah.
can make the motion more aggressive or less aggressive, right, for different people's tastes.
Yeah.
Same thing with the wheel. If the wheel feels heavy, I can turn that down. And then the other thing, which we don't have for you, you actually really don't need it, but you can also have a driving line where it'll tell you kind of where to go. It'll help in the beginning,
Yeah,
but you're
it
getting it.
wouldn't help.
You're getting it.
It would help for sure.
You can give it more gas.
Okay.
Stay to the right.
Okay.
And then start to brake. Brake, 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 brake. Down the second. Turn in. Great. You totally get the hang of it.
Okay. This is so much fun because like I've always fantasized about like racing, right?
Yeah.
But I would totally want to get good on something like this before I.
And it's again, and it's like I was saying earlier, it absolutely teaches you. And so, you know, you're still gonna have adrenaline when you get on the track. You're putting your life in your hands, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it teaches you the muscle movements, the memory, right?
That turn.
At least the
every
basic.
time.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a hard one. Awesome. You're already getting. I mean, you're getting better and better every time.
This is so addicting. Oh my gosh.
Now mat it. Full send. Full send. Shift.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
But it's multi-sensory because I'm feeling air as I'm driving, like I would actually on a track, and the vibration. It's just.
It's
really,
so cool, right? It's trying to give
so
you as much
cool.
data as it can, because again, there's certain things we're not getting, but it's communicating it to you just in a different way with all the different. Trying to make it as immersive as possible.
Right.
And I love that you're picking up on it.
Yeah.
That you're feeling all the different things that go into it. Right now it's overload, right? But it's kind of cool that you can tell.
Yeah. This is addicting, for sure.
Drifting in a semi to driving the road in Atlanta all in one
It's
day.
been a fun day, Steve. It's been a good day. This is kick ass. I could just like trade my car and buy one of these and take Uber everywhere.
We'll be right back with more Cars and Coffee Exposed.
Promotional consideration provided by
Your car is stolen. A crisis for you. A tragedy for your community. Theft hurts everyone. Insurance rises, your neighborhood violated. Who will be next? But you can feel more protected and secure with the LoJack system. LoJack brings it back. LoJack's vehicle recovery system will find your vehicle usually within 30 minutes. And with the recent launch of LoJack LE, we're equipping our law enforcement partners with a safer and more efficient way to recover your vehicle. The LoJack app creates a bond of trust, providing enhanced features designed to promote safety and convenience, and you'll always know where your vehicle is. Only LoJack stands with this promise. Receive up to $10,000 reimbursement if your vehicle is not recovered in 30 days. Let LoJack bring back your safety, confidence, and give you a greater driving experience. LoJack brings it back.
Get ready for an adrenaline-fueled ride with Cars and Coffee Exposed. It's not just a show, it's a whole new automotive experience. Now's the time to claim your spot as a brand partner for the electrifying 2024 season. Join us on the ultimate thrill ride as Cars and Coffee Exposed takes you on a journey to the hottest car events across the nation. Partner with us to inject your brand into our high-octane episodes and connect with car enthusiasts live at Cars and Coffee events nationwide. We've got the horsepower, the speed, and your target audience right in our sights. Rev up your marketing strategy today. Contact us at info@carsandcoffeeexposed.com and let's accelerate together.
Welcome back to Cars and Coffee Exposed. Meet Chris Eby, entrepreneur and lover of all things automotive. Chris has been a longtime member of the Nashville car community and an avid collector of high-performance exotics in a rainbow of colors. You can find Chris driving one of these beauties in various rallies around the country or volunteering to help with local charities. We caught up with Chris at the beautiful Auto Vault Garage in Nashville. Chris Eby, it is so nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Heard a lot of great things about you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, I think you're like a pillar of the car community here in Nashville.
Well, you know, the community here is very kind, and they're a great group of people. So it's nice being here in Nashville and being a part of that community.
What brought you to the car community? Like, what was your introduction?
I'm a child of the 80s, and I think probably everybody from that era has the same story, right? So I had two posters on my wall. One was of Cindy Crawford, and the other was the Lamborghini Countach. But mine was the white on white. And I love that car, and I think one day I'm gonna have that car. And so when the opportunity came for me to be able to exit one of my companies, then I was able to make that into a reality.
So you bought that car?
You know what? I wish. I bought something really close though.
Yeah?
So I bought the newest version of that, which is actually the Lamborghini Aventador. And it had a custom exhaust on it. It was the most amazing sounding car you had ever heard. The only thing is that living in my neighborhood and my next door neighbors having two young kids.
They hated you.
They hated me. They hated me, and I couldn't drive that car at night. So it was black on black, sounded larger than life. In fact, you could hear that car from 2 miles away, and either you loved it or you hated it, and my next door neighbors hated it.
Well, he was probably driving a minivan.
That's probably, yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Even more reason for him to hate you, unfortunately.
Yes.
Wow. I took my first ride in an Aventador in Scottsdale. And yeah, some things happened to me. I'm not the same person.
It's like a spiritual experience in that car.
We were in the desert. It was just beautiful. I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. These cars are amazing. Run us through your collection here and at home.
I love variety, and so all the cars do have some different color. Currently in the collection, I have a Ferrari 458. It's a 2014. There's a Lamborghini Aventador, the 2014. We have the Audi R8. The next is actually a one of one. It's called a Rossian Q1, and this was the first Rossian that was built in the United States. It is absolutely fun to drive. It's like a big go-kart. The last one we have here is the Radical. It's an XRC GT3. This uses the same power plant that's in the Ford GT and in the Ford Raptors.
Now, I heard you talking about rallies, and what have you taken on out of your collection? What have you taken on rallies?
This last, or 2 weeks ago, I took the Lamborghini, and it's purple. So it draws a lot of attention.
I'm sure.
I took that to smilesawhileinc.org. And this was an organization that was set up by a friend. His name is Brian Land. And Brian, 10 years ago, was battling with cancer himself. And while he was in that battle, a family came to him and they said, hey, we have a 10, 11-year-old son. And he loves cars. Would you mind taking him on a drive? So he took this young man whose name was Cam, took him on a drive for the day. And when he came back home, Cam told his mom, he said, that was the funnest day of my life. And unfortunately, a couple months later, Cam passed away due to cancer. However, what that started in Brian was a vision that if one person was able to have the best day of their life, what if we could do that for a lot of people?
Wow.
And so this last year was the very first year that he organized the Ride for Cam. and there were 64 car enthusiasts and sports car owners that showed up to be able to take cancer survivors and cancer patients on the ride of our lives. It was absolutely an amazing day and offered a lot of people the best day of their life.
Well, it's really great meeting you, and I'm just encouraged and inspired by all the great things that you're doing here. And where could people go to find more information out about the rally?
If you go to smilesawhileinc.org, they can find out more about it.
Chris, I'm super excited because one of these cars that you have here in your collection, we're going for a ride-in.
Yes.
Which one is that?
We're going to take the Ferrari 458.
I'm excited. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
How long have you been in Nashville?
20 years, actually.
Yeah.
So I've lived all over the country. I moved down from the Boston area.
Okay. And what do you do? What you said you mentioned a few businesses, but
I'm in the bug business. So, I mean, no one ever wakes up in the morning and says, wow, I want to go kill bugs for a living, you know? Said no one.
it's a great business model because everybody needs it.
That's right.
You gotta have a bug guy. I would love to take one of these cars on a rally. I've never done a rally before.
You haven't?
No.
Oh.
I know, but I don't have anything that's exciting to drive, you know?
Well, you
It's
just
like,
got to come out here to Nashville. You got 100 people that will let you borrow their car.
Oh, hey, do not play with me, Chris. I will take you up.
I'm serious. I got a collection of cars. Just come drive.
Oh my God, I would love to. This is so beautiful. All these little streams. This is really beautiful out here.
Yeah, it is.
Just really gonna have to come up here and spend some time.
Have you spent much time in Nashville?
No, I haven't. And it's so close. I mean, there's really no excuse.
Well, Nashville's such a fun town.
Yeah.
Especially if you love live music and drinking, you know.
I mean, those are right up there with cars for me. Maybe not all the same day or the same night.
But yeah, great food, great times.
Yes. One of the reasons you really like driving this car is because it really is built for the driver.
It is built for the driver.
Yeah.
And if you're driving it, it's tight, it's responsive, and you know, everything's right here where you'd want it to be. I love this car because it gives you everything you'd want in a driving experience. And at the same time, we can have a comfortable conversation. I don't feel that it's overly tight inside here.
Yes.
We don't have room, so
Yeah.
you can drive it on that weekend, and you can have the space in the front to put 2 overnight bags. So it's wonderful. They just look great.
You're really trying to hurt my pocketbook here. This is scary how much I like this car. It's really scary. Oh my goodness. Country road rides are so therapeutic.
One of the things I love about Tennessee and driving here is, you know, all the trees that you get.
I bet it's beautiful in the fall.
It
All the
is.
trees turn.
Once again, about this car, if I'm driving in the Porsche or in the Lamborghini, it's not going to be as comfortable as the driving in this.
Yeah. Seats are comfortable. I mean, I could drive this cross country and it would be amazing.
Absolutely. And it's hard to explain unless you're driving it, but just the feel of the car, it's everything that you would expect in a Ferrari. And in this car, the neat thing is about the Ferraris is they don't redline till 9,000 RPMs. So a lot of turbo cars, they'll end up redlining, you know, sooner than that, but because it's naturally aspirated. And this car, I mean, you can rev it out to 9,000 RPMs, and that's when the magic happens. When you get into those upper RPMs, you just hear it.
You do. It's like being at the top of the roller coaster.
That's right.
You know, it's just right on the edge.
Right before you take
Put
the
your
drop.
hands up and
That's right.
go for the ride.